Hey friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. Thanks for joining me for another video. In this video, I am going to show you this arrangement of a Carlos Santana song called Samba that I found on YouTube. So I thought this arrangement was beautiful. I ended up watching the video and playing it in slow motion and capturing the voicings, the fingering, everything about it, at least for the first 16 bars or so. It was pretty difficult to do, but I want to show you the benefits of using Riffer and your MIDI editor at the same time. So what happened was that I saved the riff sometime last year before I went to the NAMM convention in Anaheim. And I was pretty bummed about that I accidentally deleted it, but I didn't delete the project files, so the MIDI data is still there, and I'm going to post it in the description for you to download yourself and just to check out the things that I do. But I want you to listen to this guitar part. I'm using Ample Sound's AGL, which is an Alhambra luthier guitar. It's a classical guitar, and it's one of my favorites from them. So here it goes. So as you can hear, I combined many rhythms and articulations. You hear this like string slap in there. You hear the string slide, harmonics. I think I may have had palm mute in there at some points. You had various dynamics, and that all combined creates a beautiful, expressive performance. So what I did was that I ended up creating this within Riffer. Now one of the limitations of Riffer is that it is set up to a grid. So I think it says 32nd notes are or 64th notes are the smallest division of time. However, I've never done anything past 16th. I haven't really needed to. But the limitation with that is that all the notes are aligned perfectly to that grid, and although you can humanize it, it still sounds a little bit too straight, too mechanical, but that's okay. The main thing that I use Riffer for is to get the voicing, correct strings. I even use dynamics. I even change the dynamics in the MIDI editor, so I can select specific articulations within here. Let's take a listen. So that's the first part. I haven't recreated the second part. So what I do is I save that and I drag it into my DAW. And then from there, I open up my MIDI editor. And you see these MIDI nodes here are what Riffer has done. And up here, we have the notes that I input within Riffer. However, this first part is, I've changed it. Because before it was aligned to the grid like this. And it sounded a little too mechanical. So here I start making changes, adjusting the timing, making it a little bit more imperfect. So you have more of a natural slide there. And then I start decreasing the dynamics and then changing them up a little bit For example, I can select a group of notes. In Logic, I'm hitting Control and Command, and then I can adjust the dynamics. The reason you want to change your dynamic levels between notes is to create the shape of sound. You don't want all your notes to be the exact same volume. Otherwise, the sound is going to be too static. It's going to have no nuance to it, no expression. And expression is what makes something more human-like. And especially if you're using a classical guitar, you want that difference in expression. Now, if you're a classical guitarist and you can hear the differences really easily, like, oh, that doesn't sound like a real guitar. I know there's always going to be people like that. One, I think this sounds amazing, and I think most people would agree that it does. And two, when you're combining it with other instruments that are going to fill in that sound space, it's going to get harder and harder to tell. So I'm going to play it with the different instruments. That way you can hear what it sounds like with the band. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, the WAV files, the MIDI files, and the project file will be available in the description. Also in the description is a link to my new website. HiFiMIDI.com still hasn't transferred over to my new host. I'm having issues with that. But you can have a link to my new website and Virtual Musician Academy, where I'll be going over stuff like this more in depth, where you'll have a chance to work on projects, original songs, following my guidelines. It's $25 a month right now until July 15th. That's when the course opens. Then it's going to go to $50 a month. You get discounts on different plugins, and you get access to a keyboard workshop where you'll find videos on advanced keyboard playing covering various genres. So please take advantage of that soon. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, letting me know what you think, and share this video with the world. Thanks for joining me.